Oh yeah, Craig Metrowich here in Richards Bay of all places, and I've got with me a very entertaining, as you can see, unusual gentleman, Gino Hart, who definitely has got an unusual display here, which is going to chat to us about. It's called TinTANIC. It is a scaled model 1 to 29 of the Titanic. I said to him, look, in remembrance of the Titanic, obviously being a historic event, an event that, you know, we have to reflect on people losing their lives. He said there is a positive side to the story about how people have had their lives touched and changed, including you. So we're going to talk about you and your bio. But let's stay where you are. I just want to show the audience what are we talking about, right? He's going to stay in the background there. I'm just going to show you the scale. Right. Okay, so Gino, let's just chat about this, okay?
Okay.
How did you get to building a scale model of the Titanic? And I know it must have taken you a long time. So let's give us some of the details of this. What does it take? Deer settings for more, phosphate, technicalities. The question is, what does it take to build something of this scale?
Patience.
Bio.
A lot of patience, yeah. Well, I was 12 when I first heard the name Titanic, and it never left. Yeah. So I was absolutely enthralled in the story of the Titanic, and I've always wanted to build a Titanic model this big. Everybody said I couldn't, and I went out and showed them I could.
And he certainly has. So let's talk about the tour that you're going to be doing, because obviously we are in Richards Bay. Yeah. Shout out to VW, Audi, JSE, Porsche, Mid-Bay Motors, Richards Bay. That's the reason why I'm here, by the way. Okay, that's your luck. Okay. And I'm doing a session with them tonight on sales and customer care. But getting back to you and what we're doing here is, how long did it take for you to build this massive, huge model of the Titanic that you've called TinTANIC?
Yeah, okay, so it took me 3 years to build what you see here, which is only 10% of the art. She's not finished. Okay. She has another 5 years work to be done. She has 4,000 rooms on the inside, just like the real Titanic, and those all have to be decorated over the coming 5 years.
Oh my gosh, you tell me each one of the individual rooms are going to be decorated?
Yeah.
Sure.
Complete with grand staircases, the swimming pool, the baggage compartment, the millionaire suites, the engine rooms, it's all going in, even the potato peeling room.
That's fascinating. Listen, okay, let me show my audience. You go stand in the background, and then what I'm going to do is just so people can see the scale, right? Okay, this is Craig Metrowich. It's for Video Celebrity News. We are the Good News channel. And I just want to show you the scalability of this model that he has built. And I'm just going to run through here and just show everybody. I've got to go slowly because the signal, we are indoors. This is a Titanic model. It's scale of 1 to 29. I'm actually chatting to the guy that's been involved with building it. He's passionate about it. It started off when he was a youngster that he decided he'd like to do something like building a Titanic. Also, this is recognized by the Historical Association to do with Titanic, which I think for him is also quite an amazing thing. He's got a lovely lady here also at the show, so you guys can come down here. There you go, lovely assistant. All right, let's get you back into frame. I just want to chat a little bit more about, and let's just stop over here. Let's talk about the history of Titanic. Tell me about how you're involved with the Titanic, the museum, etc.
Well, okay, so the museums from overseas, I don't think they really know about me yet.
But now they do.
Now they do. Yeah, so I've always just gone out and done my own thing. You know,
Right.
I'm stuck on the history of the Titanic, always have been. The stories are just absolutely incredible. Everything from Captain Smith to Molly Brown to Thomas Andrews, even a third-class passenger called Catherine Gilnog. Who thought that, you know, abandoning ship in the middle of the ocean in the middle of the night and getting onto another ship was just part of the trip. Yeah, so it's just incredible. There were 9 South Africans on board the Titanic.
Oh, just pause it. I never knew that. Okay, because I mean, I knew quite a bit about the Titanic story. Okay, so there were South Africans on board. Eh?
Yeah, the South Africans on board were Edith Brown, her mother Elizabeth, and her father Thomas Henry. How am I getting this wrong now?
No, don't worry, it slips your mind, especially when you're live on camera.
Thomas William Solomon Brown. Yeah, there we go.
Well, it's a long name.
Yeah, and of course, you know, after the Titanic disaster, Elizabeth and her daughter Edith Brown came back to South Africa, and they lived in Cape Town. And eventually, Edith Brown She was 15 years old when she sailed on the Titanic.
Yes.
And when Edith Brown was going to get married and start a family, she married a man named Frederick Haseman. And he actually wrote into the newspaper for a competition about how people's lives could be saved on ships more easily.
Yeah.
And he won the competition. So she definitely picked the right guy. They had 10 kids with each other, and by 1942, in the Second World War, they were living in England, and they came back to South Africa because her husband got stationed in Simonstown in the Navy.
So so you're saying there's a big connection between South Africa and the Titanic.
Absolutely.
I mean, that is wonderful to share that history, bringing it back to the relevance of South Africa. Because, I never knew that part of the history. Well done for sharing.
And that's another reason why we're on this tour.
Where else are you going? Let's pause there. Where else are you going?
So last year, we did all Gauteng inland venues.
Right.
And we vowed never to go back. And so
I love Gauteng, by the way.
Yeah, so do I. It's just, I have to create exclusivity here. And, so this year it's all coastline. We started our coastal tour in East London, then did South Coast, and then came up to Umhlanga. I think I'm saying that right.
Yes.
And also, now we're here in Richards Bay. I never thought we'd be doing this stuff.
How long are you here for?
We're here for the entire month of April, which is the anniversary month.
Okay, position, let's just see that positioned opposite the Woolworths entrance here at the shopping centre.
Yeah.
Let's do a shout out so people know exactly where you're at.
Hey, Woolies.
He's got a sponsor potential now. A little bit more. Yeah, Melon as well. Okay, I've got to say Melon's iStyle have offers to sort out the glasses for me for vlogging, so shout out to them. Great friendly bunch of people. All right, you stay in frame still. I'm just going to show the rest of the audience who've just joined us. This is for Video Celebrity News. This is a scaled model that's been made. I'm actually interviewing the actual maker of this. It's a 1:29 scale, and let's just walk along here just to show people, because I think the camera doesn't do justice to the amount of detail that's involved. Let me go down to this level as well. Bernie, online, is the showing up? Is the pic good? And is the sound good? Send me a love and a thumbs up. We're indoors. We're just showing it's called the TinTANIC, but it's a scaled model made of the Titanic. In respect and remembrance of those people who lost their lives, but also to celebrate life. Life's a short journey for all of us. Yeah, and hence why this young man over here decided he's going to contribute by building something that is a world's first. Okay, last few questions to wrap up. Is there any other model that you'd like to do that's on your to-do list apart from this?
No, I've always built Titanic. I've never built other models. There was the idea of doing Hindenburg, but that just blew up.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
so, correct. Out of respect, I get it.
So, my whole thing is about Titanic. It's always been. She's my 19th Titanic model, my final one. Yes. And, it's about teaching people about, following your dreams, your hopes, and your wishes. Because there were 2,228 people on board the Titanic, and they all thought they had more time. Yes. And, so you never know when your time might be up.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, this is going to be a wrap-up. This is Craig Metrowich for Video Celebrity News. This is the Good News channel. This is really to share with you TinTANIC, which I'd never heard of before, which is a scaled model on display, whereby you can come and see it at the venue here in Richards Bay. It's opposite the Woolworths shopping entrance. And you can come and meet the actual builder, who you can see in background here. He's a friendly guy. He's very passionate and enthusiastic about what he's doing. This is the Good News channel. Craig Metrowich, Video Celebrity News. Join us at each one of these shows. Share, love, like, and wow. That's a wrap.